Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome back to another new movie review. Of course, we're gonna talk about Us. Before you click away or anything, it does say it in the title, there is going to be a spoiler-free section of this movie review and a spoiler section of this movie review. So if you don't want the spoilers, I'm gonna do the spoiler-free part first, then do the spoilers, and then I'll do my outro. There will be a time code in the description, so if you want to skip over the spoiler section and go right to my rating at the end of the video. But yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this. Written and directed by Jordan Peele, Us follows Adelaide and her family who are on a beach vacation for the summer. The vacation takes a dark and frankly up turn when mysterious doppelgangers show up. Okay, so let's just get right into this. Lupita Nyong'o. I just need her in more horror movies. Like, I want her to be the Sherry Moon to Jordan Peele's Rob Zombie. I'm not saying that they have to get married or anything, but like, all I'm saying is I just want her in every single one of his movies from now on. Cool? Cool. Let's make it happen, fam. Like, in all seriousness though, she was great. I loved her, and I loved her character as well. I felt very connected to her, like almost from the get-go. So, you guys know how important, having a character to latch onto is for me. So I was really able to just like immerse myself in the movie and be taken along for the ride. And that was the best way to watch the movie, I think, in my opinion. So props to Miss Nyong'o for that performance because it was awesome. And the soundtrack / score is fantastic. Fantastic. I absolutely love the music, and I checked I think in my review for my patrons I didn't know if it was out yet, but I checked literally right before I sat down to do this, and it is on Spotify. So I listened to it as I was writing my notes and stuff for this movie review. Michael Abels, I don't know how to say your name, your last name, I'm sorry, but you did an amazing job. I love this score so much. Like, it's beautiful and it's haunting and creepy and I love it. And like Get Out, this is definitely a thinking movie. Like, it's one of those where you're gonna wanna get lunch / dinner / drinks after the film, so you like have ample time to sit down and discuss with your friends. And the theme, the message, whatever you want to call it, of the movie, which I will get into in more spoilery detail in the spoiler section, ended up being a bit more meaningful to me because, I don't know, I didn't, if you saw my tweet after I saw the movie, I definitely didn't get it. Like, on surface level, I got the movie, like I understood what happened and everything, but I just knew there was so much to unpack with it, and I feel like there's still so much to unpack with it. Like, this is gonna be one of those movies everybody's talking about for the rest of the year. No doubt in my mind. Nothing against Get Out, but I feel like just comparing the two, I feel like Get Out was way more straightforward. And with Us, there is a shit ton and a half going on underneath the surface. Pun absolutely intended. But speaking of the theme and the message, that's gonna lead me right into the spoiler section of this video. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want it spoiled, you need to not be watching this right now. But getting into it, I really love this movie because I feel like, in a very similar way to one of my favorite all-time films, The Devil's Rejects, Peele blurs the line between the good guy and the bad guy in this movie in a very clever way. Although I feel like at the same time, Peele is making it very clear that neither side are intentionally good or bad, if that makes sense. Like our perceived villains, once we know once we know the reasoning behind it, are not, like when you think about it after you've seen the end of the movie, it's like, are they really that bad though? And I just love that because it's such a great discussion to have with somebody at the end of the movie. Like, are they the villains? Are they, are they just misunderstood? Do we empathize with them? That sort of thing. And that's what makes the battle between Adelaide and Red so interesting. You almost don't even know how to feel at the end of the movie because like I said, our perceived bad guy won. So I'm definitely gonna spoil everything here. Hopefully you've really seen the movie. So basically you find out that the horrible experience that Adelaide had as a child, turns out Red switched places with her. And so the Adelaide we've been following through the entire movie is actually one of the tethered. But then you don't know how to feel at the end of the movie because, you know, we've been rooting for Adelaide the whole time, and it turns out Adelaide was Red and Red is Adelaide, and you know, you get it if you've seen it, but it's just like such a unsettling ending. It's like, I don't know, like, you know, it ends, like there is a definitive ending, but it's like, you know, we close the book on the movie, and then it's just like, it's stuck with you when you leave because you don't know how to feel. You don't know whether to feel like triumphant, you don't know whether to feel bad about it, and it's awesome. And I feel like the deeper meaning I didn't understand right away. It took some thinking about it. Like I literally was dwelling on this movie the entire weekend. The name Us is so perfect because I feel like one of the huge themes of the movie is this like us versus them mentality, which is something that, you know, that comes out in horror a lot, you know, like it's always, you know, there are a lot of movies that it's like the human race or just, you know, a normal person, a normal family versus the other, versus them. And the tethered are basically just like marginalized, deprived, enslaved, you know, like tethered people. And really the only thing that separates like the tethered or the doppelgangers from like the originals, whatever you want to call them, is essentially like chance and opportunity. I've seen a lot with Red, who takes that opportunity to climb out of the sewers, climb out of their underground like bunker that they live in, and switch places with Adelaide. Like it's honestly that difference between like chance and opportunity. And then the ending, once Jason knows, like, you know, when they're driving away in the, whatever it is, like the ambulance or something, and he looks at her and he knows that that is not his mom. Well, I mean, technically it is, but it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's basically like shouting at the viewer, which it was just bouncing off of me when I saw the movie initially. But basically shouting at us, you know, like the sins of the older generation being passed on to the younger generation. It's just, there's just so much. Like, I cannot wait for all of like the articles and essays and everything just like that are gonna come out of this movie. It's gonna be just like Get Out, where everybody's talking about it forever and ever after it comes out. Overall, go see the movie. Just go see it. It's definitely one that you're gonna want to see right away because everyone's gonna be talking about it. I mean, everybody's already talking about it. If you want to be in on it and you don't want to have to avoid spoilers for very much longer, just go see the movie. And if you liked Get Out, I'm very confident that you're gonna like Us. In terms of rating, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Really liked it, and I know it's still early, it's still only March, but it is #1 of my 2019 horror movies so far. On IMDb, it has a 7.6 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 94% critic score and a 69% audience score. And on Letterboxd, it has a 3.9 out of 5. So if you've already seen it, let me know in the comments section down below what you thought about it. Maybe just give a spoiler warning if you want to talk about the spoilery bits. And yeah, and if you haven't seen it and you're venturing into the comment section, just, you know, be aware that there will probably be spoilers down there. Yep, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video, even though it never works. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye.
This video is brought to you by all these lovely creepy patron peeps that you see listed on the left-hand side of the screen. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link that is in the description of this video. No pressure, but it's there if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye!